Do you know what's mad? A lot of man always blame the wrong people for like things. And I get like in terms of United, there is a problem within your club in terms of players coming there underachieving, maybe money being used in the wrong places. The state, yeah. But generally speaking, these men that play for your team are good enough to win these games, bro. Like I'm not saying if they play a Newcastle, they got to beat a Newcastle or Arsenal or City or Liverpool. I get there's certain teams that have better squads and you know what I'm saying, a bit more fluid of how they play. Cool. I'm not saying beat a United, beat an Arsenal, beat a City, beat a Chelsea. I'm not saying all that. But I'm saying for the rest of the teams in the league, you might should be beating them teams, bro.
Yeah, but bro, to me, yeah, all this is bullshit anyway, bro. Because at the end of the day, yeah, majority of these teams, there's problems with them. There's problems with Arsenal. There's problems with Liverpool. There's problems with Chelsea.
City.
There's problems with... Bruv, City's probably the only team that I can say, you know what, for the most part, they recruit relatively well for the manager. Do you know what I'm saying? When I look at Arsenal, Arteta's probably got too much say on the recruitment, hence why your recruitment's not the best. If you look at the players that Arteta's actually brought in, yeah, for the amount of money you spent, you don't look like a squad that has spent 700 mil. You don't look like a 700 million squad. Yeah, you could blame Arteta. You could blame the fact that maybe you didn't have a recruitment team in place that was experienced. You can blame those things. Same with Tottenham. Tottenham has spent a decent amount of money, and when you look at their squad, yeah, their squad don't look like a bro. They spent 60 odd million on Solanke. Solanke ain't no 60 million pound player. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they brought in Timo Werner, they brought in Brennan Johnson for 45 million. Brennan Johnson cost 45 million Great British pounds, you know. Like, so when you look at Tottenham, they haven't spent money well, really. Do you know what I mean? You look at Liverpool, like, bro, their manager didn't get no money in the last window. So everyone can complain about their teams. Chelsea spent £1 billion. Their squad don't look like £1 billion quid squad. So everyone can complain and say, you know what, our owners or our recruitment or whatever. Nobody's got the perfect setup, bro. Like, no one's setup is perfect, bro. The bottom line is you have to play the cards that you're fucking dealt, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? And the cards that man have been dealt, yeah, man's not using them to the best of their ability. Brennan Johnson was £50 million, you know, for Brennan Johnson.
But you know what's mad? I hear what you're saying, but you see certain players, every Tottenham fan will tell you right now, 50 million well spent because he scored in the final and he's won us a Europa. You see, like even Torres at Chelsea.
Torres, there's a Luke Shaw on goal, but I hear you. I get
what you're saying, but you see, sometimes, you know, I get what you're saying. There's certain players, and I'm not gonna lie to you, Brennan Johnson's been banging in goals this season, but I don't think Angelo's had to use him properly because remember, unfortunately, Brennan Johnson is on the same wing as Kulusevski. So Kulusevski is a better player, but Brennan Johnson scores more goals. So it's like, what do you want? Do you want a better player or do you want more goals?
So yeah, but Brennan Johnson scores those goals because of the system he's in with the manager that he's got. If Brennan Johnson was playing for Man United, he ain't scoring no goals, bro, because we're not putting the ball in them areas that he's getting into. Do you get what I'm saying? So he's got decent output, but again, the manager's using him to the best of whatever he is. Because Brennan Johnson, like, bro, he's a nothing player. But the way that Tottenham transition, yeah, like, he's doing all right there, bro. Do you know what I mean? But no one's saying, yeah, yo, get me Brennan Johnson. Like, no one's saying that. Bro, like, even Tottenham fans weren't saying that. When he signed in, they probably didn't know who the youth was. And this is my point. When we look at all these teams, yeah, like, man are saying, oh, but Man United need this. Bro, Liverpool ain't got no striker, bro. Nunes, they spent a lot of money on. He's a poor player, bro. They've been playing Diaz up front. Arsenal been playing Marino up front. So all of this chat that I'm hearing about XYZ, Man United, yeah, we got shit owners, but our shit owners gave Eric Ten Hag the best part of 600 million, bro. Bruv, if they give me 600 million as a manager, I'll build a much better squad than that. It's gross negligence for giving a manager that's not good that much money. But at the same time, yeah, you've got the opposite at Liverpool where man are complaining, saying they're not giving the manager any money. So it's like, cool, both our owners are bad, but pick your poison. Do you know what I'm saying? Pick your poison, bro.
No, I hear what you're saying, but I feel like Liverpool just had a... You see the difference between Liverpool and Arsenal is we've recruited differently. So...
Yeah, because Arteta's choosing instead of, like, you didn't have a recruitment team that was bringing in players.
No, it's not even that, because I saw an article the other day and it said about Arsenal have spent on forward players. We spent the lowest amount in the league. I think we were below we might have been below Ipswich or someone like that. We were the lowest of all the teams in the league. We were like 20th or something like that.
But why? But why do you think that is? Other than the fact that your manager doesn't want these attacking players.
No, I don't think it's that. I feel like, you see, like with certain teams, certain teams have a different philosophy in it. And Arsenal have always been an attacking team. We play good football. But for years, our defence has been absolute trash. So I think when Arteta came in, he's like, I want to address our defensive issues and our midfield issues. Whereas
That's
Liverpool,
5 years ago, though.
but it's been, remember, financial fair play, it's been over time. It hasn't been like all at once, innit? You can see that he's been doing it over time, innit? But then even when you look at Liverpool are the opposite, where they were okay defensively, but their thing was, we're going gung-ho in attack. That's why they've got like 6-7 forwards. Do you know what I'm saying? They got Chiesa, they got Salah, they got Gakpo, they got Nunes.
But that's because their manager was a lot more attacking, and he placed more emphasis on attacking football. So he bought attackers. Your manager's more defensive, so he bought more defenders.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm saying. But remember, the way we're talking about is like, when you look at Arsenal as a unit, we look like a very sound defensive unit. When you look at Liverpool, they look like a very attacking output unit. So in terms of
the image of your managers.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying in terms of certain teams, they reflect what they are. So whereas Chelsea are they haven't got a good defense, and attacking wise, they've got a great attack on paper.
They've got a great midfield. That's what Chelsea have when everyone's
it's
fit.
not good. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So every team's got what they've got. So, but I'm saying in terms of United, you had a balance of, I mean, your defense ain't bad. Your midfield ain't bad. Your attack is not the best, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like you have to play to your strengths. And I feel like when Almiron came in, he still tried to do his thing with like, I want to play how I played in Sporting. This ain't Sporting, bro. Work out this team and work out their strengths until the end of the season, then make your tweaks. But he tried to play the Sporting style straight away. I'm like, this ain't it, man.
Yeah, but someone needs to tell him it ain't it, bro, because he thinks that it's gonna get better, bro. And this is the wickedest thing, bro. Like, he lost us that final yesterday. Yeah, he lost us that final. We had better players than Spurs. Now, there was no reason for us to lose that game yesterday, other than the fact that he set us up to lose, bro. And he set us up to lose all season. That's why, for the most part, we have lost. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think it's because Mount hit a bit of form.
Maybe he had one good game. He didn't hit form.
No, but I remember when he came on against Leon, he played well in terms of the game. And then there's the other game where I think he scored the 2 goals. So I think he's thinking, you know, a lot of managers like to do this thing where they suffocate midfield. Like, they believe in their head that if we control the midfield, we control the game. I hear it.
We got lost in midfield, though.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And Mason Mount was like in a no man's land where he was far forward, but he weren't in midfield. It's like, where are you playing? And then you're not.
Yeah, because the manager played him in a 10, bro. He completed 8 passes, bro, before he got subbed off or something like that. I seen a stat. It's nasty, bro. It's nasty work, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make no sense, bro. None of it makes sense, bro. But none of it makes sense.
Don't you think football's fickle though? Because like 2 weeks ago, Bearman was saying Bruno's better than Ødegaard. This, that, whatever.
No, but I think a lot of men still believe Bruno's better than Ødegaard.
But Ben was dissing Bruno yesterday. Oh, man's the Hollywood pass. He lost the ball bare times.
Well, I can't stand Bruno. Do you know what I mean? I can't stand Bruno. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones. I hear it. Like, bro, the thing is with Bruno, for the most part, it's almost like he's above criticism. And it's like people only acknowledge when he does positive things and they overlook the negative things. Bro, he's a net negative for the team. I can't stand the brother. He's literally captained us to our 2 worst finishes in the history of the Premier League, bro. I don't understand why a man rate him. But the bottom line is, him and Ødegaard, both, if they both don't do nothing, Bruno's going to walk away with stats in it, bro. That's just what it boils down to, innit? This is what it boils down to. But if I'm being completely honest, bro, I care for neither. This is what it is. I care for neither, bro. Even the Ødegaard versus Bruno thing, bro, they both didn't win anything this season now. Why are we even talking about these guys?
Yeah, I hear
Why are we talking about? They both didn't win shit, bro. When we used to do Arsenal versus Man United, Van Nistelrooy versus Henry, it was for the Golden Boot, bruv. It was for the Premier League. Do you know what I'm saying? It wasn't for bragging rights on Twitter, bro. It wasn't for that.
Vieira Keane.
Yeah, exactly. It was for the Prem. Like, and now man are doing comparisons of ballers and man are just winning nothing, bro. Now football's cooked. This is the reality. Football is actually cooked, bro. This manager has a squad full of players that is better than what he's doing with them. When he came in, there's not a single person on this planet that said, you know what? He's going to finish 16th with this squad. Nobody thought that. Nobody. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyone talking now, saying, oh, you know what? The squad's dead and this, that. You're a fucking moron. You're a liar.
But
Do you know what I mean?